Urbanization in China started in the mid-1980s. It can be classified into two phases. The first phase was from 1952 to 1958. The urbanization increased from 12% to 15%. Then, from 1978 to 1999, the urbanization in China increased again from 18% to 31%. Urbanization is a movement where rural residents move to urban area looking for more, having a better life and resources. In urban cities, they are more likely to get a job, having a better educational resources, enjoying better transportation system and advanced technology. The hukou household registration system was introduced in 1958. This was an attempt by China's government to separate and distinguish which Chinese citizens would be classified as of urban or rural status. However, this system can result in discriminative issues such as employment discrimination and housing affordability inequality. A rural resident can't enjoy the same social welfare like urban citizens can have. And people from rural area may have to leave their children and family members behind and go to urban cities to make monies. Left behind children in China can potentially have mental health problems or distress. Urban residents may be treated unfairly because of their identity and not having hukou. It's sometimes difficult for them to survive in cities. Resources are even distributed between rural area and urban cities. In rural area, people may be short in food supplies and educational resources. The public infrastructure are much better than urban cities. Urbanization can cause excessive exploitation of natural resources. Land developers flatten the landscape to construct factories, houses, office buildings, and shopping centers. Overexploitation can lead to urban flood disasters, environmental pollution, and climate change. Although advanced technology in China can make people's life much more convenient, people are also worried about their personal information will be tracked online. There are many counterfeit products selling online, and not enough policy are now regulating the situation. We should be more careful when shopping online. The increased urban population and the urbanization movement in China stimulate the economy. There are more job opportunities in urban China, and people are living a better life than before. The bike sharing system in China can reduce carbon emission, and it's a cheap way for people to commute and to travel from one place to another. The advanced technology such as WeChat payment and Alipay benefited the citizens. Advanced technology reduced the crime rate in China to a certain degree. The relaxation of the hukou system in 1988 and 1958 has assigned every Chinese citizen either an urban or rural status and divides region into rural or urban areas. The system of hukou is discriminatory. Valuable suggestions for planners and policy makers include creating a hybrid system which combine the auction system and the lottery system in deciding who can drive on roads. Cars with special license plates that were won in bidding may enter the city as well as those who were picked in the lottery. By combining these two systems, there was a decrease in car registration.
So here is the general overview for Shenzhen. For urbanization, as you can see on the picture on the right, Shenzhen have changed just from a small town to a mega city. This is because Shenzhen was the first special economic zone in 1980. This encouraged them to become very specialized in economic, and they have advanced transportation facilities and extensive transport network, which further allowed them to urbanize. And for rural and urban migration, Shenzhen is known for its technology advancement, so this really encouraged new industries and companies to move into Shenzhen. On the sustainability aspect, Shenzhen has bicycle lanes, and the current bicycle share rate is about 8%. And as of the end of 2018, Shenzhen had 1,440 kilometers of bicycle lanes. This equals to 11.2% of road mileage. Compared to Beijing is 95% and Shanghai is 90%. And speaking of bicycles, on the transportation aspect, there are 8 different subway lines operating in Shenzhen and 4 high-speed rail train stations and 1 international airport. Because Shenzhen has such high technology advancement, people here are easily being tracked and modernized. Although this does create a very convenient lifestyle, but we will see issues regarding to this topic in future slides. One of the main problems for Shenzhen is pollution. In 2013, the carbon emission was around 64 million tons, and this is also contributed by the traffic congestion, which further allowed carbon emission. And another thing would be the Bikeshare Crisis. On the picture on the right, as you can see, the bikes are just overwhelming. There are about just 10 million bikes sitting on the road, and not many of them are being used because the supply has far exceeded demand. So as Shenzhen transitioned itself into the electrical vehicle field, some of the problems they need to address is the charging stations for the vehicle, and how are they going to standardize it? Because Tesla and NIO uses different charging stations, and this is not convenient for anybody. And also, we have seen problem with battery issues. In 2019, a NIO exploded, and this really brings concerns for the public. So these are the top 3 main things we have to worry about for electrical vehicles. And circling back to the idea of congestions, there are just so many cars on the road. They will have to find a way to reduce the numbers and limit how they're going to transfer from people to another place. Some of the problems relating to COVID-19 was that more cars are on the road now because people are afraid to be exposed to the virus when they are walking. And the electric vehicles are not as widespread because everyone is in the early stage of the development, and railways needed more expansions. And Shenzhen also have a lot of opportunity. For example, Shenzhen is the world's first major city to run an entirely electric bus fleet. On the graph on the right, as you can see from 2012 to 2017, the number of electric buses have increased significantly, and Shenzhen is also aiming to change its taxi fleet to fully electric, and this encouraged more investment in the new, renewable energy field, as well as green technology. Other opportunities would be the biking system. Currently, there are 2 different types of biking system. The opportunity relating to COVID-19 was that the vaccine have already rolled out in China, so there was 52 million doses, and so the implication for Shenzhen government is that they need to reduce pollution. So what they're trying to do is they're limiting the amount of cars on the road by reducing the number of license plates given out, and they have transitioned to electric vehicle to reduce carbon emission, and they also wanted to attract individuals to the city, so they have introduced a peacock plan